the world of philosophy, few statements have stirred as much debate as Friedrich Nietzsche's assertion that God is dead. Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher of the late 19th century, is renowned for his radical ideas and unorthodox perspectives on morality, religion, and society. His provocative declaration, "God is dead," has ignited a firestorm of controversy and confusion that has endured for over a century. This claim, on the surface, seems to be a simple statement of atheism. However, as with any philosophical assertion, the waters run much deeper. Some interpret it literally, others metaphorically, and many are simply left perplexed. Throughout this video, we will dissect this infamous quote, peeling back its layers to reveal the underlying meanings Nietzsche possibly intended. We will explore various interpretations, delve into the societal implications, and ultimately seek to understand Nietzsche's broader philosophical context. So, buckle up as we plunge into the depths of Nietzsche's mind to understand what he really meant when he declared, "God is dead." At first glance, Nietzsche's statement may seem straightforward, a bold declaration of atheism, but is it really that simple? Let's take a moment to unpack this. When Nietzsche declared, "God is dead," he wasn't making a theological argument or denying the existence of God in a conventional sense. Rather, his statement was an observation about society and culture. Nietzsche was commenting on the shifting values and beliefs of his time, noting a significant cultural phenomenon, the declining influence of religious faith. To understand Nietzsche's perspective, consider the world he lived in. The late 19th century was a time of rapid change. Scientific discoveries were challenging religious dogmas, and industrialization was altering the very fabric of society. Nietzsche saw these transformations as a killing of God, not literally, but symbolically. In his view, society was moving away from a faith-based worldview to a more secular, rational one. Nietzsche was not celebrating this shift, but rather he was warning of the potential chaos and nihilism that could result from the death of God. He believed that without a divine moral compass, society would be left rudderless, spiraling into a void of moral relativism and nihilism. In this sense, Nietzsche's statement, "God is dead," was not a declaration of his personal atheism. Rather, it was a critique of the societal implications of the declining influence of religion. He was highlighting the dangers of a society that had, in his view, killed God. However, Nietzsche was not entirely pessimistic. He also saw the potential for humanity to create new values, a new morality that could fill the void left by God's death. This would not be an easy task, but Nietzsche believed it was possible. So, while a literal interpretation might suggest that Nietzsche was simply an atheist, a deeper look reveals a more nuanced critique of society and culture. His declaration that God is dead was a reflection of the changing times, a prophetic warning, and a call to humanity to shape its own destiny. Understanding Nietzsche's quote is one thing, but what does it mean for us today? It's a question that's been echoing in the chambers of philosophical discourse for over a century now. Nietzsche's proclamation that God is dead is not just a statement about the decline of traditional religious beliefs, it's a critique of the modern world, a world where the moral compass once provided by religion has been shattered, leaving us adrift in a sea of moral relativism. He predicted that the death of God would lead to a rise in nihilism, a belief that life is without objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. And if we look around, we can see that his predictions weren't far off the mark. We live in an age where truth is subjective, where values are personal rather than shared, and where the objective moral standards once upheld by religion are often dismissed as outdated or oppressive. But Nietzsche's quote is not a call to despair, it's a call to action. He challenges us to grapple with the profound implications of a world without shared values, to find a new moral compass in the face of the death of God. In this sense, Nietzsche's quote is not a death sentence, but a birth announcement. It heralds the birth of a new era, an era where humans have the freedom and responsibility to create their own values. Nietzsche's quote continues to be relevant and influential in contemporary philosophical and cultural debates. It's a reminder that the death of God doesn't mean the end of morality. It means the start of a new journey, a journey where we, as individuals and as a society, must navigate the treacherous waters of moral relativism to find our own path. So when Nietzsche declared God is dead, he wasn't just making a theological statement. He was critiquing society, warning of the dangers of moral relativism and calling us to grapple with the profound implications of a world without shared values. The journey may be challenging, but it's a journey that's necessary for our growth and evolution as a species. We've traveled a challenging philosophical path today, dissecting Friedrich Nietzsche's provocative statement. We examined its literal interpretation, challenging the notion of a divine entity. We then delved into the metaphorical dimension, revealing a critique of societal values and the death of moral absolutism. The implications of this audacious claim resonate still in our modern-day culture, shaping our understanding of the human condition. Next time you hear the phrase, "God is dead," remember, it's not just about theology, it's a profound statement about society, culture, and the human condition. Thank you for joining us on this philosophical journey.